colleague, Congresswoman Kim from California. We traveled to the border together for a bipartisan border trip. We know the importance of working in a bipartisan fashion, especially in these difficult times when there is so much partisanship. But this is an issue that we know is so important to certainly my district and to her district in each of our states, as well as so many others. Congresswoman Kim.
Thank you. Thank you, Congressman Swazi. It's really an honor to work with you, and especially on many of the issues that really require bipartisan solution. And also, it's an honor to serve with you on the Problem Solvers Caucus. And you mentioned that we recently took a border trip to Texas, and we came back knowing that there are a lot that unite us, and there are ways that we can find common ground and work together, and SALT is one of those issues. Before I begin my remarks, I want to thank Mayor Benjamin for moderating this very important event today, and Mr. Tom Coughlin and the U.S. Conference of Mayors for inviting me to join you and offer some remarks as well. As Congressman Swazi mentioned, I represent California's 39th district. This is located in the suburban areas of Los Angeles, Orange, and San Bernardino counties, and it's one of the most diverse districts in the nation, with a median household income of $96,000. You know, Californians in my district and across my home states have been burdened enough by high state taxes and increasing cost of living and housing. The last thing they need is to be hurt even more for state and local taxes at the federal level. So I've heard so many from my constituents about the burdensome taxes that they have to pay as a result of the SALT cap. Some of them are business owners who are struggling to survive, especially during this COVID-19 pandemic. And it's estimated that in the 2022 tax year, California's 39th district will pay on average $640 million more in taxes. So assuming a middle of road rate of 25%, an average taxpayer who claimed itemized deduction would have saved $6,521 in taxes if the SALT deduction were not capped at $10,000. So by introducing this SALT Deductibility Act, we say no more to burdensome taxes and yes to our families keeping more money in their hands. That is why it is important, and it was important for me to join and support Congressman Swazi's efforts to introduce the SALT Deductibility Act. This bill would simply repeal the cap on SALT tax deductions so the hardworking American families in my district and across the country will see their taxes lowered and can keep more of their hard-earned money, making their lives more affordable. My colleagues who oppose this bill would say that repealing the SALT cap is too costly. You know, I respond to them by saying, come to my district, come to Mr. Swazi's district, or where households earning up to a median household income of $96,000 per year, which is roughly 120% of the national median income, are unable to afford local housing costs. So I'm proud to stand with my colleague and co-chair of the SALT caucus, Congressman Swazi, and other members to push this bipartisan legislation forward. And I'm looking forward to working together to help lower taxes for my constituents and businesses. And I'll continue to do all I can to deliver results, not only for California's 39th district, but to all Americans. As a member of, or as a co-chair of the SALT caucus, our job is to talk about how it affects not only in our districts, but across the country, and listening to stories that we'll be listening from these panels, and tell the stories and gather more support from our colleagues as we talk to them on the House floor, in the halls of Congress. So I'll do my part. And thank you so much for all of you to doing your part as well. And thank you. And I yield back to Mayor Benjamin.